Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. This is Sunday morning. Happy Sunday to everyone. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa 914, Westchester County, New York. Doing another live video real quick. I'm not going to be up here that long. I just want to come up here real quick and talk to you guys about some of the dangers that's going on these social media platforms, especially the YouTube streets. Now, last night, well, it started actually yesterday and then went into the nighttime where Sister T was doing her live videos, not bothering anyone. And there was a few people in the chat that was trying to give her a hard time. And there was one particular lady on her phone calling Sister T, harassing her and all this other foolishness. But I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And it's just not happening to her. It's happening to a lot of people that's on social media. Especially when you become popular and well known, they will do this to you. It's called psychological warfare. That's what it's called. There's no other way of saying it. There's no other way of putting that in certain words. It's psychological warfare. And it is made, it is built, and its main goal, when people practice it, their main goal is to destroy you from the inside out. It's to take away your peace of mind, to take away any kind of blanket of security that you have around yourself. They want to break you down. The only way to possess another human being is to break them down, to repeatedly, verbally, spiritually, emotionally abuse the victim. That is what psycho warfare is. And unfortunately, a lot of us on social media, we go through this every now and then. We go through this thing of battle of wits. It's not so much a battle, verbal combat, or anything like that. It's a battle of wits. It's a battle of inner strength. It's a battle of self-preservation. When you hear something long enough and it's totally repeated over and over again, it could be a negative notation about yourself. That is to break you down. It's like it's sort of like how an abusive relationship is between a married couple. When one wants to dominate the other, it's all about dominance. It's all about who you can possess. And I think I shared this yesterday when I did my video, and I said some people don't want what you got in your bank account. They're not interested in your material possessions. They want to possess you, the person. They want your soul. They want make what makes you tick. They want it. And they don't just want it for themselves. They want to crush you, to destroy you, to make you look bad. If you ever look at how the Nazis did their thing during World War II, the propaganda programs they had set in place when they went against the Jews. There's certain propaganda programs that's in place. Uh, we've seen it happen in real time We've seen it with Whitney Houston. We've seen it with Amy Winehouse. We've seen it with different public figures, different celebrities. When they wanted to destroy them, they would make up lies about them. They would repeat the lies. And basically, the main purpose of psychological warfare is to isolate you. It's to isolate you. It's to make other people not want to deal with you. It's to make other people wary of you. That's what it's built for. Once they have you isolated and by yourself, then they could possibly do whatever else that they were planning on doing. I think I went through this plenty of times in my life where, and it's a form of abuse. It really is. It's not a form of corporal punishment. It's not a form of anything useful. It is a form of emotional abuse, psychological abuse. That's what I keep saying, but nobody's listening. Nobody wants to listen until it's too late. The best thing to do in a situation like that is to not address the problem. Don't address the haters. Don't feed the trolls. Because once you do that, you're giving them power over you. Now they have authority over you and how you run your shit. If you got a channel or a sector of your own, you don't need anyone else. You don't have to answer to anyone else. You know what I mean? It's just you and your supporters. It's just you and your fans. It's just you and your people. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, that's what it is. Psychological warfare. This is how people are able to commit certain crimes against other people. And just to have some, I mean, just to do it, okay, just like I'm in this video right now, right? I know that the people that support this channel, they might not be here right now, so they'll catch the replay. And what it is, when the trolls really want to get to you, when they want to fuck with you, they will isolate you. They will come into your chat. They will address you in a disparaging way. They will curse you out. They will call you names. Basically, their main job, their main function is to persecute you. They want to persecute you enough where you will fall quiet. You will be silent. And perhaps later on you'll go away. That's what their main objective is. Especially if you're on social media and you're becoming popular. When you become popular, and you become the popular kid in school, you're a target for other people. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all if you have a lot of charisma and a lot of talent and a lot of how to get what you want without much effort on your part. But there are some people, they're not even jealous of you. Those trolls I've been watching in these chats, I could see that they are not jealous of nobody that they're fucking with. Their main goal is to fuck with you upstairs, to mess with your mind, to play Jedi games, so to speak. It's just like I'm walking down the street right now. I'm walking down the street. I'm walking to my job, matter of fact. Not too far from where I work is where I got jumped a couple of years ago. This was 2018. It was the same year my Aunt Ernestine had died. Matter of fact, the night I had got jumped, that was the same night Aunt Ernestine had passed away. They found Aunt Ernestine in her house. She had a heart failure, but she had warned me about her circumstance, about her health condition for a couple of years. She had warned me because she know I don't take death very well. I don't take separation very well. That's what it is. It's not so much about death or, you know, certain things happening. It's about people leaving, people moving on, people finding reasons to abandon me, your homegirl Arabia Barbosa. But I'm no victim. These things are just circumstances in life. But I've been watching what's going on these YouTube streets. I've been watching. I've been watching what some of these YouTube creators are doing to boss, mom boss mail. Shout out to mom boss mail. I see the hate. I see the clowns. I see what they're doing to you. They're trying to run a propaganda program against you. And who is the main one pushing for it? Kwame Brown. That's why I can't understand how any of you have followed that man for any amount of time. Even though you might not be with him now, you gave him you gave him the power to do certain things. You did that. So it is what it is. It's amazing though. It's really truly amazing. I'm just going past some of these houses, and like I said before, there's a lot of sex offenders in this area. You know what I mean? This area is surrounded by them. This whole area I'm getting ready to pass by now is flooded with them. This is a safety concern, a security issue, but there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? It's just something that stays on my mind, something that is always going to be there. But yeah, a few years ago, not too far from here, I had got jumped. 2018. Those people that did that to me, those people that did that to me, didn't mean to try to hurt me. They were trying to kill me. So when I hear people with this homophobic bullshit, I'm like, damn, those are the same motherfuckers that did that to me. I woke up in the hospital. I could not recognize my own face. There was a catheter tube up inside my pussy hole. I was tied to some kind of device in that place. No clothes on, but I was tied to some fucking device. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did that, but when they released me from that device and removed the catheter tube, when they did all that, basically, this guy was fucking trouble. Basically, what they did, they put me in a room by myself, and I stayed in that room for 3 days. During that time period, I kept getting ice packs, applying the ice to my face so the swelling could go down. You know, it took like 3 or 4 days for that swelling to go down. I had bloodshot eyes. I couldn't see very well for over a month. I had lost complete memory of what happened that night for almost 2 months. When the memory did come back, yo, I approached every motherfucker that had something to do with that shit. I'm still looking for one of the main characters. Coward motherfucker. Got me from behind. He couldn't do nothing with me. He had to have other people to help him. And some other people was involved. People I was close to. People I thought was my friend. That's why there is no friends. Only associates. You can't trust anyone. You can't trust nobody. You can't believe nobody. I don't care if they're Christians in the church. I don't care if they're Muslim. I don't give a fuck what kind of religion they got. Their religion doesn't say that they are human. Their religion doesn't give them a passport to do wrong things to anybody. So every time I go close to where that area is at, I'm reminded. I'm reminded of what the fuck happened. When they put me in that ambulance that night, I went into a seizure. I released on myself. They had to cut the clothes off. The heart had stopped working. They had to repump the heart. They had to restart everything. I don't mean no harm. I wish they would have had let me die that night. I wish they would have had let me just go. That way I wouldn't have to be out here thinking about that bullshit. And a lot of you women on social media, you need to do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. If it means not going live for a couple of days, so be it. Don't worry. The people that truly love you and support you will understand that. But I think that's real fucked up. The people going around doing the bullshit they doing to people they don't fucking know. These people are strangers. They don't fucking know these people. But you have the nerve and you have the gumption to fuck with them. I'm talking about the trolls. I'm talking about the people that like to dox motherfuckers. And that's a frightening thing when someone doxes your personal information. Not only are they giving out your address, but they're giving out your family member's address. So that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up. It's not kind of fucked up. It is fucked up. And it's fucking wrong. It's fucking wrong. Weirdos around here. Early this morning, bunch of weirdos. Grown ass men that's in their 50s and 60s, riding bicycles up and down the fucking street, up and down the fucking sidewalks. And this area I'm walking in now, this is where they find a lot of women dead. Y'all think this is a game? Y'all think this is a fucking joke? I'm talking about my real fucking life. I ain't talking about social media. I ain't talking about YouTube. Right here in this fucking area. Right here. Not too far from me. There's a barber shop. They used to find women right behind there. There's an old DSS office right here on Rivers. It's abandoned now. They found women behind the DSS office. Yeah. They seem to like to target women. And there's a certain age bracket that they're going for. A couple of years ago, I was living, this was 2020, 2021. I was living on Decatur Street, right off of Dorchester Road, right here in North Charleston. There was a woman that lived right next door to the house where I was living. And she was pretty good friends with my roommate. Well, Needless to say, the roommate and her old man ended up moving out. Not too long after that, the woman disappeared. The woman disappeared, her car disappeared. Now, I remember before she died, she had mentioned that she had an abusive boyfriend and he was always stalking her. So I don't know if that was him that did that to her. I don't know if it was someone else that did that to her. But people think this shit is a fucking game. They think this shit is a fucking joke. This shit that's going on social media is only the tip of the iceberg. It's only the tip of the iceberg. And I don't mean no harm, but if you're doing good, right? If you're doing something good, something positive for people in your life or people you might have met along the way, don't you know that there's people that's watching that and they don't want you to do it? They don't want you to do good. They don't want you to treat people right. They don't want you to be fair. They don't want you to be righteous. They want you to be just like them. Dirty, low down, no name, off brand, drop shot, drag nasty people. I'm not too far from the job. Not too far. But see this area right here? This area right here. Y'all take a good look at this area. Because it's the same place I gotta walk through when I want to go to the temp service in the morning. Same place. During the winter, it was cool to walk this way. Now it's getting warm. It's a whole different story. And don't you know how many mornings I gotta stop and address clowns, address motherfuckers that wanna fuck with me for no fucking reason, just because I'm walking down the street. Half of them know I work jobs. Half of them know I be working. They want what's in my fucking pocket. Some of them, some of these people are just pitiful. Pitiful. It's awful. It's awful. I was living in New York. I didn't have to go through none of this bullshit. Them dudes up there, they don't rock like these motherfuckers down here do. They don't. They sure don't. They don't rock like these motherfuckers down here. I lived in Yonkers. I lived in White Plains. I lived in Mount Vernon. I lived in different places all over Westchester County. Sometimes I would go down to the South Bronx, spend some time with my people down there. Them people, I'm telling you, man, people from New York ain't like these motherfuckers from down here. It's some dirty, low down, grimy motherfuckers. And you can't trust none of them. You can't believe none of them. You can't trust none of them. And to be honest, the only people I talk to in my real life is my coworkers. I only talk to them about job shit. And one other person, that's Baltimore. And the only reason why I talk to her is because we used to live in the same situation. And number two, she's from Baltimore, Maryland. If you really look at my fucking life, you'll see that I don't like women from South Carolina. I don't like men from South Carolina. Shout out to the chat. I'm close to the door. I guess I gotta ring the doorbell. And I know somebody's in there. Cause they always come, well, they gotta come early because they gotta prep for everything today. They gotta prep for everything. So it is what it is. I be just explaining myself and expressing my little heart. And I know for those of you that ain't here, you'll catch the playback. I already know it's supposed to rain today. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. or perhaps see you in someone else's child.